Hey, welcome back to the C-Space studio here at CES 2026. I am James Kotecki, and I'm here with Roundel's Senior Director of Product Management for Media Commercialization and Experience, Justin Haynes. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, James. Nice to meet you. Glad to be here.
So Roundel, we have chatted with Roundel here before in the C-Space studio, but I always like to get people a chance to kind of define what the brand is all about. So what does the brand Roundel mean within its own context, within the target context here at the beginning of 2026?
No, I love that. Roundel really is Target's retail media business, right? And so at our core, we are responsible for building media experiences that connect more than 165 million guests to the brands that they love. Right? And so that is very impactful, and we take that serious. And so how we go about that is leveraging Target's power, our first party data and insights, our partnerships, and curated storytelling.
How many million people did you say?
More than 165 million.
Okay, that's quite a data set.
Yeah.
And so tell me about CES here for you. We're at CES 2026. What's your message here?
Yeah, I mean, really, as we're coming here, it's to reinforce Roundel's message that, going into 2026, we're rooted in the guest. And as I think about the guest is the quintessential omni shopper, right? Navigating this fragmented ecosystem that we all live in with different touch points and surfaces and so on and so forth. And so for us, it's not necessarily about the channel. And I don't want to say that to mean that we don't think the channels are important. It's more to mean that we have to think about the guests in where they are and meeting them in the right moment with the right message and the right media experience that resonates with them. So we can't just focus solely on the channel. We have to focus on where the guests are.
I like the term guest. You're not the first Target person to use the word guest with me here in the C-Space studio. And it implies a certain way of thinking about that rather than saying, the consumer or something like that. I imagine that term is chosen pretty deliberately.
Exactly.
So we're here at the most powerful tech event in the world. And so I want to give you a chance to talk about technology trends that you're looking at as you're doing this work. So is there a trend or a topic in technology that you think more leaders should be obsessed with?
Absolutely. And I would say that's data collaboration. If you think about it, like what we do is so important to the outcomes that we're looking to drive. And data collaboration is a key to that. As we think about, again, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but our quintessential omni shopper, where they are, where they're interacting with different surfaces, we have to partner and collaborate with our data in a privacy safe way in order to, measure and prove the outcomes that we're looking to drive.
Yeah. And all that data, obviously, is very useful in the age of AI.
Yes, it is.
So let's talk about AI. Tell me some of the ways that AI is delivering value. There's so many different ways and angles on this that you can approach this. So tell me about how you frame it up.
Yeah. So how I think about it is AI is delivering value in two key ways for the guest. As we think again about the omni shopper experience and where they are and how we're leveraging AI to help with understanding their movement and how they traverse all these different surfaces and how we meet them with the right message. And secondly, it's about the brand, right? So from a Roundel perspective, how we're leveraging our machine learning powered audience capabilities in order to do that, and how we're partnering in order to meet that and deliver on that value as well. And Precision Plus is a key example of that. We just launched that last year, and now we're really looking to lean in and scale on that, and we're leveraging AI to do that as well, right? As we think about optimization, efficiency, reducing waste, so on and so forth.
Yeah. And so when you think about defining success in this environment, so we got data, we've got AI, and now we have to think about how we succeed. So how do you measure that success and what metrics do you look for?
Yeah, success really is incremental impact, right? And to your point, how do we know? We have to measure that, and we have to have the proof. So closed loop measurement is one key way, right? As we think about partnerships with LiveRamp, with our data clean rooms, also how we think about incrementality measurements and methodologies, and also it's actually I would just double down on that. Really, those are the key ways that we do that.
And when we talk about trust in today's media environment, trust is a big topic for us here in the C-Space studio, and I think Target is a trusted brand. Certainly you're wanting to position yourselves that way. But then how does all of this come together to get to the other side where the consumer actually trusts the brand at the end of the day?
Yeah, I think the tagline here is that if the guest trusts the experiences, the brands will trust the environment. And so when I think about that, right, going back to the clean rooms, right, how we're leveraging our first party data in a privacy-centric way and a transparent way, right? Because we want to respect our guests' attention and we want to respect our guests' information as well. So clean rooms are going to be a key example of that, going back to data collaboration as well.
if the guest trusts the experience, the brand will trust the environment.
Exactly.
That's a good soundbite. We'll clip that one for the highlight reel, hopefully.
All right.
And so then, this all wraps up obviously into creating advertising experiences that feel native to consumer behavior, right? Like at the end of the day, you don't necessarily want the consumer thinking about the AI that was behind us all. It just should feel normal, right?
Yeah. I mean, the key there is native, right? So as we think about going back to how our guests are traversing the omni shopper experience, it's being able to recognize where the guests are activating, where they're engaging, and also the platform. And so when we recognize the guests, what they're doing, and the platform, then it's creating the media experience that is native for that platform. So this really goes back to the old adage, one size will not fit all here. We have to recognize the guests, what they're doing, and we have to recognize the platform and what fits for that platform, right? If we're talking about different LLMs or if we're talking about social platforms, it's going to be a different experience, right? So we have to tailor to that.
And one key experience that consumers can have is in the stores themselves. So tell us what you're thinking about for in-store retail media here at the beginning of 2026.
Probably my favorite question, because our stores are our most impactful and biggest differentiator. So as I think about that, how we're leveraging our stores is really big, building on our digital surfaces in stores. So thinking like connected in-aisle experiences, building out and adding to our digital footprint and surface in stores as well, because our guests are at their point of decision and point of purchase, right? And brands want to meet them there.
Yeah.
So we're doing that as well. In store mode, I can't highlight this enough. We recently launched store mode last year, and this is bridging digital inspiration with store navigation. And it's something that's activated the moment that you walk on the premise of a store.
Okay.
And so we're doing it live, and we have huge plans.
So I can find what I want on the app in the store and walk right to it.
And it'll build that inspiration. You might find something you didn't think you wanted.
Perhaps. But it's also really interesting about that is it's creating experiences that transform, you can talk about a Target run, right? Where I just got to get in, get out, and go on with my day.
Yep.
But if I have these in-store screens and these digital experiences that maybe makes it a bit more fun, it's less of a run and more of like a fun walk, right, through the store, or just maybe, it elevates the experience of going to a physical place.
That's exactly that, and that's Target's mantra, right? We are here to help guests, discover the joy of everyday life. And we can't do that without having the experiences in our store to help achieve that.
So one last question here at the beginning of 2026. What are you excited about? Well, I mean, I can imagine all the things that you just talked about, but big picture, what are you excited about? Is there a trend or an idea that's going to shape the way you think about 2026?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, AI is everywhere. And so as I think about that, how we're leaning in and leveraging that, one prime example of that is the recent partnership and launch of our, partnership with OpenAI and the launch of our LLM conversational curated store experience or target experience, shopping experience in ChatGPT. That is exciting, and that is where we're looking to go. It goes back to, again, recognizing our guests where they are and where they're interacting and engaging. And through that, it's then delivering on the outcomes that our brands are looking for and what we're ultimately looking for as well.
Well, from conversations with an LLM to conversations with a human being, we really appreciate you being here with us in the C-Space studio. Justin Haynes of Roundel, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, James.
And thank you so much for joining us. This is the C-Space Studio. We're talking with media, marketing, branding, and advertising leaders here at CES 2026. I'm James Kotecki, and there's more coming up after this short break.